Hey y'all, it's your girl Sia, and I'm back with another video, y'all. Hang on. Um, so y'all, I am in the middle of dating, so I apologize if I'm not doing videos as to what's kind of going on. But I did want to speak on this because for those who know me, you guys know that I am a woman of class, and I was raised by black women who are also women of class. And I'm gonna say very strongly, Kamala, this is what I said, okay? I believe that Kamala could win the race, right? If she had a strong foundation. I don't care that Kamala is not black. To me, there's not a lot of people that give a fuck about black people, and it's obvious. It's not a question. So this argument as to whether or not she is black or not, to me, is very a mute point, right? Because Donald Trump ain't black, right? And we're there. There are a lot of blacks that are still voting for Donald Trump, right? We are Americans, and I think the American ideology, along with the red pill ideology, is what really has Trump, is really the primary reason for Trump's support. It's not that he is doing something special for black people, okay? I don't care what Trump has talked about these opportunity zones or whatever. As a black woman, I do not benefit off of these so-called programs that are created for blacks, right? So to me, they are non-existent, right? Now, maybe the poorer blacks, and I say poorer because we all know that poor people receive a lot of assistance in this country for whatever reason, instead of them having to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Hang on. Which I believe should be being done because, again, when you are poor and you have to, I need to keep my eyes on the road. That look like my boo, but it ain't. So, I've been busy dating. But when you're poor, you have more opportunities to, take advantage of the, how can I say it? You have more opportunity to take advantage of these so-called black programs or whatever, right? And I want to be clear, there is a clear distinction between poor blacks and middle class blacks and those who are making money blacks, like real money, like wealthy blacks. Middle class blacks, I would say that I don't, here's the deal. The women in my life that I was raised with, and you got to understand, I was raised with a higher level of black, like people that in my family, the elders in my family worked for like the government, okay, on higher levels than what, um, some of my family members are doing today, okay? And those types of black women would never support a Megan Thee Stallion, ever, okay? And that is very important to understand. A lot of blacks are not, I don't even want to say it's a lower class. I would say lower quality, right? Because you still have a lot of the middle class who believes for whatever, like, okay, you've got people that are older than me. Let's put it this way. Like my mom, right? Who may have raised a Megan Thee Stallion, but Megan Thee Stallion knows better. Do you understand me? I can guarantee you, I mean, unless her parents are like poor, like came from like, it's hard to explain in the community, but I'm doing my best. Unless her parents came from, I would say it's more of a lower class background. Megan Thee Stallion knows better. She knows better. A lot of us are not raised, again, when you're raised in homes, like I was raised in an actual home, family home, me and my dad, my mom, right? We were raised to carry ourselves with self-respect and dignity, right? I've never supported a Megan Thee Stallion, although some of what I live by, I can relate with Megan Thee Stallion. I need you to start going faster, bro. You're in the left lane. We going too slow for this. Come on, or get over. One of the go. Drive your shit, man. I don't understand drivers like this, bro. Yeah, go ahead, have fun. Cause I was on that motherfucker's ass. Get out the left lane. It's too many drivers that be in the left lane and going way too slow. The left lane should always be going faster than the right. So I'm not understanding why folks be in the left lane going hella slow. And that is in the city and outside the city and on the highway. Because someone told me, well, not in town. No, etiquette rules are etiquette rules. The left lane is usually for people that are passing, that are going just a little bit faster than the speed limit. I'm not saying that we're speeding, but maybe that's what we're doing. You know, if you are going the speed limit or slower, you need to be in the right lane. It's not that complicated unless you're turning. But anywho, let's get back to this. Megan Thee Stallion. So me personally, what I mean by strong woman, I'm probably not going to be voting. If this is the way in which Kamala is going, I can't vote for that either. It just is what it is. When I'm thinking of a strong black woman, I'm thinking of, I don't know, somebody other than Megan Thee Stallion. I don't think that was a good look. I think that what it shows is that Kamala has no idea, really. Yeah, now you want to get in your right lane after I passed you, stupid. What an idiot. Like, you got to actually pass people for people to be like, oh, maybe I should have been in the slower lane. Yeah, you need to be in the lane that you fit in, not the fast lane. People be driving me nuts, man. That car is speeding though. Like, I'm going fast, but they're speeding. Like, my 40 is fast. They're really going fast, and they'll get stopped by a cop, which means that I can go faster. Um, but anyhow, I guess my image of Kamala, I would think that she would have had a little bit more respect than that. I was hoping that she would be, because she's not. This is the thing. What she had displayed and what she shows that she's in support of, and I'm gonna be honest, Quavo was not a good look either, right? I know everybody wants to jump on the black woman, but me personally, I wouldn't have had a Quavo either. I feel like Kamala is way too old to be trying to appeal to young people. But I also know that as the Democrats, their base is young people. So a Megan Thee Stallion, right? A Quavo, I guess, that in her mind, or in the campaign's mind, I guess, helps to appeal to the younger audience. But it also shows that this woman knows nothing about black culture. And my thing is, she should probably just stop saying she's black and start identifying herself as what she really is. Now, technically speaking, her father is Jamaican. So in the black community, and it's so funny how we like to pick and choose when this rule applies. But according to America, you had that one drop black rule. And even in the black community, if her daddy is black, she black. At least that's what folks say, right? So it's very interesting to me how we pick and choose when that rule applies and when it doesn't. Because technically, while she may not be black, she is Jamaican, right? She has a level of Jamaicanism, I guess, to her. which in America, by people's standards, she's a black. Just like Obama was black. That man is not black. Okay, he's married to a black woman, but he himself is not black, but we like to identify him as black as well. And that was something that Trump has always argued against. Let's keep it a buck. Trump has always been on top of that shit. He was the one with the birth certificate. Show us her birth certificate, right? Show us his birth certificate. He's not from here. He's African, right? So I do believe that Kamala's getting a little bit more of the brunt. And I think the reason being is because she is posing as a quote unquote black woman. I do not believe, if anything, if Kamala has, and I really believe this, she's been around black people in the middle class and the upper middle class blacks. She knows damn well we don't support no goddamn Megan Thee Stallion, not at the level that she needs to be at a presidential rally. The fuck? That's weird. It's weird. Megan Thee Stallion does not represent all black women. Now, let me tell you this. If Megan Thee Stallion, in my mind, it could have been different. If Megan Thee Stallion showed up as a college, graduate, right? Someone with her degree didn't do the twerking, the dancing, and just spoke like an Amber Rose. That may have been different. Showed up with herself fully covered, right? Because that generation of black people, the older generation of blacks do not identify with a Megan Thee Stallion. So in order to encompass all blacks, I just don't believe that Megan Thee Stallion, first of all, I don't know that it was a wrong look. It was a wrong look. It gives a bad look. It's a very bad look. And if that's what we're saying that women need to be like, and Megan Thee Stallion is who women do, okay, so she got her college degree. So why isn't she showing up like she would be showing up at her school? This is where I'm having a hard time with these black girls and their the ways in which they choose to carry themselves. It's crazy to me. Megan Thee Stallion, I put money on it, knows better. But her image, her brand is built around sexuality. Like I be wanting to try to get into her music sometimes. I like some of the things she says. I ain't even gonna lie. But a lot of it is very explicit. I'm like, oh, I can't play this. I can't really support this. No different than what, Sexy Red and Donald Trump? No different. And honestly, Sexy Red is even a worse look. She's worse, in my opinion, than a Megan Thee Stallion. That's a hood rat. That's a hood booger. Megan is not a hood booger. You could tell that she was raised with a level of class, but she chooses to shake her ass. And it bothers me. It's like, why? Why do you do that? She's educated. She's college educated, which is probably why they chose her. I'm not going to lie. But then in that case, I don't care what you're selling. At that point, you show up like you mean business. You're not on stage twerking. You don't have your belly hanging out. Like there's levels of class and decorum that she should have came with. Not the Megan Thee Stallion, the twerker. Not Megan Thee Stallion, the entertainer. Megan Thee Stallion, the intellect. And that's the problem, bro. Y'all are out here making black women seem like we just some dodo birds and we ready to screw anybody. That's not the case. But a lot of your lower class, like, I know it sounds crazy, they support this shit. Your lower class blacks support this shit. So what was baffling when I rewatched the video, because y'all know I was out on a date, doing my thing. I didn't have time to keep up, and I don't watch this stuff at work. Kamala's talking about the middle class, which I don't know that I've heard Donald Trump. Maybe I need to go back and listen to Donald Trump's proposal for the middle class, because I'm middle class, right? And so I want to hear what they're saying in terms of how they treat. I'm middle class, if there's ever such a thing. Okay, I want to see how they are going to help the middle class. I don't necessarily, I will never, but I feel like the poor got their own issues that they kind of need to work on through and figure out, right? I don't, at some point, you got to make a decision as a human being, like where you want to be in life. And if you can't make a decision, then I don't believe any amount of help is going to help you. That's just my personal opinion on that. So here we have a situation where we've got Donald Trump, okay, running, a white man, who, in my opinion, may not openly say that he supports the red pill ideology, but I do believe that he does. I do believe that there is a level of there is going to be a level of, hang on, y'all, a level of rights that will be taken away. Okay. And I love how he, in his mind, he's leaving it up to the states, whatever. But I do believe that things will, under Donald Trump, I do believe that you will start to see a lot of women go backwards. Okay. I do believe that there's going to be an attack on black women. And I'm not saying that it's going to be a physical attack, but I do believe we will start to see violence against black women increase under Donald Trump. Under Kamala played her cards wrong. That's why I said it's all about how she plays her cards, bro. Because if she gave the image, let me tell you something. Even with her being Indian, if she behaved like the higher class black society, Kamala would have a stronger, in my opinion, she would be solid. Because the older class black women of her generation, that's what I mean, they're older than me. That generation, they're educated, right? And they carry themselves with a level of decorum. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they do. Most of them, unless they're poor. That generation, she did it wrong, man. She could have easily went back. Like, the argument of her being black would have not mattered if she had done what she should have done in terms of how I show up. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't even listen to a Quavo. She listens to Quavo? Like, why is Quavo such a big deal? I don't be getting it. Megan Thee Stallion. She listens to a Megan Thee Stallion? Then we really have to rethink who we're voting for, right? Because if that's who, I wouldn't vote for a Megan Thee Stallion as president. To be honest, when I watched Donald Trump's rally, I wasn't even, I was not an Amber Rose fan. I don't do the slut walks and shit like that. Like, I don't support that culture at all. So it's very undignified, in my opinion, that Kamala chose a Megan Thee Stallion. And again, if she chose a Megan Thee Stallion and the goal was to get younger people, then you have Megan Thee Stallion show up like a businesswoman. Do you understand me? You have her show up with her intellect, not her beauty and not her mind. This is where black women seem to be missing the fucking mark. That Megan Thee Stallion is intelligent, okay? The problem, though, is all she wants to show us is her ass. And that shit is getting old. It's getting old real fast. So, I was hoping she would have came harder than this because you're representing black women, and I feel like black women of a certain stature like carry themselves a little differently. And we all know those kinds of black women, even though, I mean, I don't know about whites, but blacks know that these types of black women exist. We do. This is why she's getting such a pushback right now. Because she was not appealing to the middle class black woman, not in the slightest. Now, the trash, like the hood rats, maybe, right? The people who, like my cousin is middle class, but she's hood as fuck. Them types of people, yeah. But the girl that's like me, the girl that, the woman who raised me, not so much. So I can't rock with Kamala. Like I said, I always said she's gotta come strong, and right now she ain't doing a good job, bro. She's not, man, and it's disappointing because then now it's like you gotta take. If you gonna disrespect us and you're gonna mock us, then bitch, you better be claiming your Indian heritage. You are not black. You better start claiming what the fuck you are, because women of her age do not act like that in the black community. Maybe they do. I don't know. But the ones, like I said, there's a difference in lower class and higher class, low quality and high quality. And Megan Thee Stallion, how Megan Thee Stallion chose to show up was very low quality. Not okay. Unacceptable. So, I don't know. Kamala had, in my opinion, she had all the chips in her hands. If it was a real black woman, she could have made it. This woman doesn't, she's pandering to the black community thinking she knows what black people want and what we support. And I've always said this, black people are more conservative than we are anything else. So this is where I'm at, you guys, with everything. I want to do another video on it soon, but I'm at work, so I can't speak. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to keep talking about this. Because in my mind, I'm just baffled. I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Black women got to do better. We got to do better. I believe that we need a class on etiquette. Like that etiquette stuff needs to come back. Because clearly we're not all on the same page. So if that's how Kamala thinks she's going to show up and be president, nah, bitch, we don't claim you. Now, if you want to act like you got some sense, okay. But she ain't acting like she got sense. She's acting a goddamn fool. So that's all I got to say on the matter, y'all. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.